next to go. I checked the line.
Yeah.
It's Bonzi Live. It's Bonzi on YouTube.
My only friend is the ghost in my room. I got a bed that I don't really use. I'm up a fucking night thinking of you. You don't have a single thought of me, do you? Time to move on and get over myself. Now I'm pretending like I never knew you. Smoke every day like it's good for my health. My mama knows that I'm hard. But I still pass. Nobody knows anything in my past, but they gonna act like they got it figured out. I'm gonna act like I can be bigger now. I'm not the same little kid that I was. They try to bring me down, I never budge. Drank half a bottle, it just got a buzz. Smoke all the time like it's good for my lungs. I got more purpose in taking these drugs. We're being led by serpents and thugs, and somehow they thinking the problem is us. It ain't. Packing my pain in the bowl and I smoke it away. Always on the go, fuck is a break. I don't believe in them making mistakes. No choice but to make it, I'll do what it takes. You see the pain when you look at my face. I got myself at the end of the day. I'm not afraid of the dead in my grave, cause
own period blood now.
I am drinking my own moon blood. It's rich in stem cells, iron, nutrients. It's something that I started back when I was training Tantra in Thailand. And it's a ritual we do. We believe there's power in it. There's stem cells in it. There's iron. There's vitality. And so we don't want to lose that. So for the average person, I'd probably say don't do it because people are going to say, oh, it's waste. But no, blood is life, right? And Dr. Group and I had these conversations. It's good that I took a little pause. He actually said during my giving birth and breastfeeding, it's good. But now I'm back on it.
Wow.
I feel great. And the moon blood actually tastes kind of sweet.
You just drink it straight up?
I have my moon cup. I just put it back. I'm not even joking.
Like a shot?
It's like a shot.
You're drinking your own period blood.
Are you like, you can't even make this stuff up? I'm not even lying. What a hell of a way to start the show, eh, Bonzi? A little bit of your son's great song from last summer, Ghost in My Room, followed by just some crazy bitch who drinks her own period blood. Can't make this shit up, man. This is just the world we live in. Welcome to it. We're all just here for the ride, okay? It's Bonzi Live on Trippin' with Bonzi on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. It's episode 327, baby. Here we go. As long as I am allowed to live on this planet, will never drink a girl's period blood, but I will never be with a girl who drinks her own period blood. Because listen, I'm into some crazy shit. I'm all about the alternatives of the Western medicine, if you will. Some of it's helped save my life, to be quite honest. But I'll be damned if I'm drinking period blood. Make sure you go to subscribe on Bonzi Live for all this crazy nonsense, the show once a week, and whatever else I post, my acting, my voice stuff, my dog, whatever. Just follow along. Like I said, it's a ride, baby, and it's a crazy one at times, and I'm just happy to share it all right, here we go. Tonight on the show, I get to chat with an old school childhood friend. Like, we're talking 45 plus years on my 52nd year on this planet. I've known this cat. He's an awesome dude. I can't wait to talk to him. We're on the same page for so many different reasons. We're going to help you and you and you and you tonight get better, feel better, be better, and be the best version of you by the end of this interview, okay? You think I'm lying? Stick around, okay, baby? Because we've got stuff for you, and you're not going to want to miss this, all right? All right, some joker's been searching for 12 years and trying to figure out a way around the red tape and stuff to find what, Bond? His lost hard drive. Why does he need to find it, you ask? Glad you asked. Because it contains $749 million Canadian worth of crypto Bitcoin. That's a tough go. We'll get into the whole story coming up. Believe me, you're not going to want to miss it. Plus, the Edmonton Maple Leafs, the Edmonton Oilers blew it again in the Stanley Cup Finals. Bah, wah, wah. Yeah, and listen, I make fun of them and call them the Edmonton Maple Leafs because, well, here's the deal. I was rooting for Edmonton. I was all rah Edmonton. Let's go win the fucking cup. I want to see McJesus win it. I want to see a Canadian team win it again, so we can shut the fuck up those Montreal Canadian fucking fans who just don't show. Well, we're the last Canadian team to win a Stanley Cup, and we got like 18 million of them. Yeah, but out of like the 100 you've got, 90 of them came when there was only 5 other teams in the league. So like, big deal. Half clicks for you clowns. But they are the last Canadian team to win it, which pains me, like with every morsel in my soul, that I have to say that. And I was really rooting for Edmonton to win it, but they fucking blew it, just like the Leafs do every year. So, well, apparently now Edmonton Oilers do too, after their dynasty or years are long gone back in the 80s, like the Leafs were back in the 60s. So we'll get into it all, but I just want all you Edmonton fans to finally shut your mouth, because, well, you're basically us. We'll get into it all coming up. Plus, a day in the life of Bonzi on set for filming a movie. Listen, it's great times. It pays well, but it ain't all glamorous and rainbows and unicorns. Believe me, okay? We'll get into an entire 2 long-ass days on set and what it's like. And I'll give you a whole rundown of what it is and what it's all about, all right? Plus, Dummies of the Week, of course, you're not going to want to miss this. I got some beauties tonight, as always, and a couple other great videos to laugh at and make fun of people from the old interweb, all right? Great band coming up on the show. Kojak will be on here coming up shortly. Plus, Ryan Whitney, drummer for the Feral Minx, going to come on and chat some music, life, drinking, living in the world of being an up-and-coming big-time rock and roll band. You know what I mean? He's got it all. He is it all. And I can't. He is it all? Is that even a sentence? Gregory Scott? Good Lord. Plus, ladies, buckle up. Don't forget, we got firefighter, my firefighter guy, Jeff, is coming up on the show. Toronto firefighter, handsome, funny, the full package, great stories. You guys are going to love him. You girls are going to love him especially. He's coming up on the show soon, okay? When, Bonds? I don't fucking know, okay? We just, how it goes, Wednesday shows up, we line people up, and if it works for them and me, great. Off we go. Whew. Off we go. Let's check the comments. Ashley Sicko. Blah. I don't know what you're barfing at, but welcome to the show, Ashley. Oh, huge double clicks, triple clicks, quadruple clicks for Ashley in the comments right here. I know she's barfing. Probably barfing because she just announced she's getting married. Blah. I know. Been there once, tried twice, didn't work out. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Ashley, listen, I love you to pieces. I wish you all the best. Good luck with that whole marriage thing. I don't know why you bother. You guys have been together forever. Things seem to be going great. But then people got to all go, ruining it and stuff by putting a ring on, setting a date, and having this big old fancy wedding shit. Well, good luck. Off you go. Listen, that being said, why not go and have your wedding party or like a pre-wedding party at Shakespeare's Fine Dining, folks? Because this is why I should. It's the absolute best goddamn steakhouse in all of Ontario. And I might be a little biased because I've known them since I was little kids and they've been in the business for 55 years. And listen, I get to go eat there for free. But even when I didn't do this stupid podcast, I was willing to pay good money for amazing service and steak and seafood and wine and desserts. They got it all, folks. You got to go there and check it out for yourself. You will not be disappointed. That is the 100% Bonzarelli guarantee. Please, please, please make a reservation, though, because if you show up and say, well, Bonzi told me to come here on this stupid podcast, and I'm here. Well, excuse me, sir, or ma'am, do you have a reservation? You know, did you call and put your name on the list? No. Well, then, toodaloo. Down the street you go to God knows wherever, but you got to make a reservation because all the celebrities go there, and you want to make sure you get a table. Because that's how good it is. 905-528-0689 or www.shakespeares.ca. Ashley says you could throw my bachelorette there, Gregory. Well, listen, last time I checked, no boobies, no vagina. I have a cock and balls. And listen, you want to hear the weirdest thing? People that know and watch the show for years now have known that, well, it's no secret I have had 3 testicles. Okay. Are we back? We're back. I think we're back. Sorry, I had a power outage or glitch here. Everything went dark. I blame it on Mafia Ashley because she brought up this whole marriage thing, which is the biggest jinx in the world. Let me see if I can get this one light back on because it's dark on this side. There we go. Look at that. Way better. Maybe it's worse. Oh, you know why? Because I got to turn the brightness down. There we go. But listen, I blame Ashley, Mafia Ashley, for this whole fiasco because, listen, we got to get that one on too. Turn it down. And there we go. Everything should be good. Sorry for that technical issue. I have not had the power go out on me on this show in so long. I feel like I'm back in the old Nicaragua days. Man, talk about having to move and figure out shit on the fly. What the hell was that? What's going on here? Anyways, we're back, baby. And oh yeah, I was just telling you about the sponsor. I think we wrapped it up. Shakespeare's Fine Dining. Just go there because it's the best. And you will not have a bad experience whatsoever. Okay, here we go. Before we get the show continue anymore, I gotta give a huge happy birthday, a shout out to one of the biggest fans of the show. Her name's Sharon Keller. They're from BC. Her and her husband Kevin, and I'm so thankful for those two. And I really wish her the biggest happy birthday. Keith, I said Kevin. Sorry, I'm trying to get my shit together. Everything flew me off. I was not expecting the power to go out. But listen, Sharon, I wish you the greatest of birthdays. I hope Keith spoils you and have an amazing birthday weekend. Okay, boom, moving on. It's a pleasure to have on my next guest. Are you ready? Here we go. And listen, I know health and wellness scare some people, and they're like, "Oh fuck, is Bonzi gonna go off again about blah 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 blah? And how he's in the best shape and this and that, and he's gonna call me a fat fuck." Well, I'm not calling anybody fat. I would never do that. And listen, because I've been there. I was a ginormous fat pig for a long while, because there was a period of time in my life where I just didn't give a fuck. But now I do. And listen, recently I've got to be back chatting with this guy. He is on the same wellness path as I am and above and beyond, I think even bigger and better. And that's why I'm really intrigued by what he's up to and what he's been all about. He's a dude that walks the walk when it comes to health and wellness and getting shit together. And it's a pleasure to have him on. A long time old school buddy from the Ewan Road days. We got Phillip, we got Dalewood, we got Westdale.
Trotman. All that. How you doing, Bonzi?
Clicks for you, pal. Sorry about the technical difficulties there.
Oh, no worries. I thought that was me. I was like, what happened? My stupid computer.
Yeah, well, sadly it was me. Everything went zero dark zero, but we're back, baby. And it's a pleasure to have you on the show. Welcome to Tripping with Bonzi. I'm not sure if you do much podcasts, but it's a pleasure to have you on this one.
This would be probably my second podcast, so I'm very new to all this, but I appreciate it. It's an honor to be on your show, sir.
All right. Well, listen, I'll take it easy on you. I'll go gentle. Being a podcast, virgin-esque, if you will. Listen, so we got chatting recently, and I love what you're up to. And I invited you on this podcast for a reason, because when we got chatting last week, you told me about there's 5 essential things that people need to do and live by on the daily. We're going to get into those 5 things. Don't say a word yet. Plus, then we met today real briefly because you're also up to some other really cool stuff with some new technology that comes in the form of patches. These are amazing, amazing things. I'm wearing one right now. I still got it on. I got to wear it for 24 hours. We're going to get into all of that as well. Okay. But let's go back in time. Yeah. We lived on Ewan Road together. We were, I think, at least 4, 5 years old when we met and went to school together and living on the same street. Amazing memories, right, pal?
We're going way back. I moved to Ewan Road in 1981. I know I'm dating myself, but hey, we're all friends here. That's right. I moved in with, obviously, was the first school I went to was Prince Philip, which was a block away, and it was just a new world. The west side of Hamilton. And I think we met probably at the school, I guess, and then we just we hit it off right there. And you and your brother Ryan, of course. Yeah. And, it was just like you were like probably 10 houses down from me.
That's right. There was we wouldn't call it a main intersection, but there was a sort of a main street that split
Whitney.
our U and Road apart. But yeah,
Whitney.
I think in the grand
Yeah.
scheme of things, it was 10 or 11 houses.
Right.
Amazing memories at Prince Philip as just
Amazing.
young hoodlums,
Oh, yeah.
growing up, learning the ropes of
Yeah, oh,
with
yeah.
girls, bullies, the whole 9 yards. We had
Yeah.
it all at Prince Philip. But we also had great times there with Big Alexander
yeah.
Park and the
Oh,
Soupy
Alexander
days
Park.
and the baseball fields, and it was awesome times, right, pal?
Greg, you know what? My son's 10 now and he plays baseball. We actually play at that park for baseball, and it's just like it's a mind trip. I was like, I started playing here, and this is where I'm going. It's like a full circle. It's like
pretty
doesn't
cool
even understand
flashback
it.
of memories, right? For sure.
Back in the day.
And then we go off to Dalewood Middle School, which was a
Yep.
trip in itself, and that's where we really started getting into the girls and
Middle
stuff. I had my
school.
first kiss. I can't
That's
speak for
right.
yourself. And then that sort of groomed us to go off to high school.
I was a skinny kid. I wasn't really talking to the girls, or just shy and skinny and a $120. And I was just like, okay, it's like, the big school's coming. And I remember one thing that stuck in my brain was that I had to go through McMaster University to get to Dalewood. I had to go through. We all had to do. Went through university campus to get to my school. It was weird.
I'm not sure if that was a detriment or a positive or a negative looking back, because back then when we were such little kids and everybody seemed so much older and mature and we didn't want to grow up back then and stuff. And I was like, well, fuck. I never did end up going to university. I did go to broadcasting college in Toronto, but where did you go off to after Westdale?
I did some classes at Mohawk. I did some business classes. After that, it's a whirlwind. I don't want to bore everybody with it, but after high school, I was doing things I never thought I could do. I was playing basketball, obviously at Westdale. I don't know if you remember Coach Wayne Hager.
Of course. Who could forget Hager? Holy shit.
Yeah.
He was the cross-country coach as well. And that guy was literally, not to be rude, but a Nazi when it came to coaching and his rules and stuff. And looking back, God bless him. He had his ways. He was strict, and you had to adhere to his rules, right?
He had to adhere to his rules. And I had to train cross-country just to be on the team. That he said that we needed to get our endurance up and stuff like that. But one day, I think it was either him or the assistant coach told me, Terrence, man, you can jump crazy. You can jump out of the gym. Well, do you do track and field? I said, well, I've not really trained for it. I know what it is. I've just ran a couple races. He says, why don't you do long jump or high jump? Took his advice. I think it was probably when I was 19, Bonds. I went from basketball to the Canadian Championships in 1 year.
Wow.
I was all the way out in Victoria, BC, at the Canadian Championships, long jumping in front of who knows how many people. It was crazy. And I guess what happened after that was just I guess I'm pretty good at this, right? Because I qualified. I think I came 7th or 8th that year. So in that thing, basically I was 7th in Canada. 7th in Canada is where I was. This is I cannot believe I can jump this well. So I kept it going. I did the Olympic trials back in '96. Didn't make the team. At that time, you had to jump over 8 meters to even sniff at the Olympic trials. But I had a great experience doing all those years. I mean, traveled around, went to University of Michigan. This is where it really hit me because I sent out a letter to a recruit, a whole bunch of schools in the States, just to see if they would, give me an idea of if I was good enough to be an athlete at their school, a student athlete, I should say. The only school that sent me back a letter was Ohio State.
Really?
Ohio State sent me a letter saying, Terrence, we want you, but unfortunately we don't have a scholarship for you. However, if you go as a half, we'll give you a half scholarship if you want to go this first year, and then maybe we'll put you on the team the next year. I was like, I don't have enough money to go down to the States. But that time, I didn't know much about Ohio State. Later on, I found out the coach at Ohio State coached an athlete to 2 bronze medals at the Olympic Games.
Wow.
He only got beat by someone named Carl Lewis
Hmm.
and Mike Powell, the world record holder. I was just like, I have no idea. Like, I should have just went. I don't regret it, but I kind of regret it. You know,
Yeah,
It's like
right.
one of
Well,
those
if we only
situations.
had a crystal ball, you know.
If I only had a crystal ball, that
Yeah.
coach really wanted to train me, and a lot of people said, Terrence, you can jump up. My personal best was 7 meters 84,
Jeez,
and that's probably close to 25 feet.
that's insane, dude.
Yeah, and I didn't know I had that in me. I didn't even have a coach, Greg. I didn't even have a coach. I
So
was just
imagine what
jumping.
would have happened if you took that chance and went down to Ohio State, which is literally like
Yeah.
a legendary college. You
Which
know,
is
the
huge.
football
Massive.
programs, like one of the
Massive.
biggest in the planet. You know,
Yeah, massive.
Basketball, everything. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's too bad, but
No, it's
such is
just,
life, right?
I got a huge experience, made tons of friends. I even remember being in a room waiting for a massage after my competition, and this guy came up to me and says, "Can I butt in front of you? I got to get my massage before my race." And then just happened to be none other than Donovan Bailey just coming over. He said, "Hey, go ahead.
After you, sir."
Hey, you got things to do." I mean, that was my experience. I was around so many great people, so many great athletes at that
Pretty
time.
amazing.
Yeah.
So, and this all leads to where I'm going with this health and wellness thing. Obviously you've always been in pretty much tip top shape, from going from high school and being a track guy to what you did afterwards, to almost qualifying for the Olympics, so to speak. And even now into our 50s, has it always been super important to you to keep on this train of health and wellness, or did you have a hiccup in life where you ballooned up to 300 pounds and came
I
down?
will say this: I'm absolutely not. I'm not that person that just goes around saying, "I'm going to work out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to eat well." And I was like, life got in the way. Got in the way. I remember working at Outback Steakhouse back in the late 90s, and I was drinking. I was eating, just doing crazy stuff, lots of pop, all that stuff. I was a workaholic, and I actually had 2 hernia surgeries because the doctor told me, if you don't fix your body, you're just gonna break down. All right, you got to take care of your body. I had the surgeries. Kind of didn't really, take good care of myself, that kind of thing. But when it really hit me is when my father passed away from prostate cancer, and he had been holding back a lot of stuff from our family back in the day, and he just basically opened my eyes. It's like, you know what? He didn't have much time. He wished he had a little bit more time, but he didn't have much time. He wished he had done a lot of things differently with his health. So basically, in the last couple years, I have been researching, doing a lot of that. Definitely not a doctor to any of this. I'm just trying to keep it simple. Sure. There are certain things you have to do with your body daily that will allow you to live a happy, healthy, productive life. And that's what we all want. We don't want to be, some people don't want to be a bodybuilder, someone to be an athlete and all that stuff. But if you just want to live a healthy, happy life, there are certain things you should do daily, or kind of re-up on them. Like, make sure you do something, So if you don't do them all, that's okay. But if you do them all, you feel great.
So let's run down through these. There's 5 essential ones that are key that we should do. Like you said, if not daily, let's try and get into a routine of at least doing it, 4, 5, 6 days a week, if not every day of the week. And let's start with number 1 and run through them. And what are they, Terry?
Well, number 1, what do you eat? Nutrition. I'm not a natural, what do you call it? A certified nutrition expert. Okay. But I do know a couple things. Stay away from sugar. We really do. We don't need it.
Yeah.
But it is poison. But at the same time, we're going to have sugar. So try to stick with the natural sugars. Natural sugars coming from fruit, natural sugars in our food is okay. Sugar with fiber is what you have to kind of, apples, eat the whole apple instead of the apple juice sort of thing. I'm not going to get into all that details. I'm a simple guy, but if you really want to know, talk to somebody that can give you a meal plan that allows you for your age to have a proper nutritional diet. If I want to keep it real simple for all the people listening out there, there's a couple things you should do. Okay. Just want to look it up here because I just was looking at something. If you want to have a good diet and you're not a vegetarian, I don't know if you are. Okay. I know
No,
Bozzy's not. Okay. Bozzy's not a
Meat,
vegetarian.
baby, give me meat.
I am not a vegetarian. I'm not going there. But stick to meat, fish, eggs, vegetables, fruit. Okay. Packaged food, processed food, a lot of that's not good for you. Okay. So just take to what they call God's food. Okay. Things that grows in nature. Okay. That's all I can tell you. If you want a meal plan, though, talk to someone that knows how to put together a meal plan for you. On the other hand, it is hard to make yourself eat properly all the time. Okay, I totally get that part of everything. So what you need to do is have a consistent, what I do, I should say, is have a consistent group of foods that I'm going to try to stick to. And I make a bento box of those foods, whether it be fruit, some salami or something, or just some healthy crackers. Put it in a bento box, make it, put it in the fridge. That way, when you're going in the fridge, oh, there's my bento box. Take it out, eat it. All that stuff's there. All the healthy stuff's there. The cucumbers, the carrots. If it's cut up, as my wife would say, if it's cut up, I'll eat it. If it's not cut up, sometimes I don't eat it. Easy. So that's number one. Okay. Number two, okay, physical activity. Something daily that you can do that's easy. If you go to the gym, great. That is something that you should do. I personally do push-ups and sit-ups daily. Okay, I just went through a push-up challenge where I got up to about 60 push-ups a day.
Nice.
I'm sure a lot of people can do more. Maybe some do less. Do what you can do. Don't have to do what I do. But it's not just the push-ups, Greg. It's the consistency. Right. The discipline to do it, even if you don't want to do it. If you get nothing done for that day, push-ups, sit-ups, maybe some planking if you can do that. Planking's really hard, actually. Yeah, it is. So if you can get that in, you will feel your body will thank you later. Okay, consistency. You don't need to be motivated. You just need to be disciplined to do it for about 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day. Number 3, I'll get to now. Easy one, but it's not. Sleep. Yeah. You have to rest. If you can get 7 to 8 hours sleep, great. But if you can't, don't worry about it. But you got to consistently track your sleep and see if you can get that kind of sleep because your body needs it. Your body needs to be rejuvenated somehow. Get your sleep. And if you have to go to bed early, do it. Try not to stay up too late. I get it. Some people have jobs, all that stuff. I totally understand. But make sure you get your sleep. So that's self-explanatory. The 4th thing that you should do is relax. Meditate if you can. Get outside in the sun. Get your vitamin D. Relax. I call it meditation, but it's really just relaxing your mental. Okay, so that could be 10 minutes, 5 minutes in a room by yourself, maybe in your car by yourself. Relax your brains. Try to center. Some people can center themselves. There's lots of apps that you can get that can just center yourself and just relax. In a busy day that you have, if you can find 10 minutes, your body will thank you later. Your brain, your mental will thank you later. And if people have anxiety these days for a lot of different things, it brings your anxiety down. And we all know anxiety is stress, and stress can kill. So bring it down.
Yeah, and I mean, if you can afford to doom scroll for an hour or two. You
Yeah.
can afford to do 10 minutes of like gratification or breath work, or so there literally is no excuses to do
Nope.
that relaxation and meditation and
Yeah.
stuff instead of going on Instagram or TikTok and watching
Yeah.
all that madness, right?
Right.
Which really does add
Mhm.
to our stress and anxiety at the end of the day.
That's
Because
right.
there really is nothing good that comes from doom scrolling and watching shit on social media, quite
Nope.
frankly.
Yeah, you're
Very minimal.
scrambling your brain. You got to give it a rest. I say the sun is really good for us because if you sit in the sun just a little bit, just to absorb it, that's what we were meant to do. Is just absorb the sun and just relax. Let the day take care of itself. Okay, you can't control everything, but you can control how you relax. Okay, you can do that.
And number 5.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and number 5, because we went through
Sure.
eat, sleep, exercise,
Yep.
relax, sort of meditate. What's number 5,
The
Terry?
last one's great. Social connection. And I'm not just talking about social media here. I'm talking about get out and do something with some friends, have some fun, join an organization that speaks to your heart. Basically, you need to be around people. We are people. We need to be around people. We can't isolate ourselves. So try to be. I say join something that you like to do. Okay, so in my case, I joined basketball. Okay, so I'm now a basketball coach. I missed it. I was on the court probably very little in the last 10 years, and when I decided to start coaching basketball skills again. It for my brain, everything changed. Everything changed. I'm around the kids. I get to train and teach the kids stuff that I used to know back in the day when Mr. Hager was telling me about this and that, and he's right. Like these kids aren't doing what they were supposed to do, and it's just amazing how being around something that you like to do changes your whole mindset. Now I get it. Some people have jobs. Most people have a family and career and all that stuff. But if you get away from stuff that you like to do, it starts to wear on you. It starts to get like, you know what I'm saying?
And boring.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Chore,
Yeah. And don't let people tell you can't do something. If you want to join a club, join the club. If you want to, I don't know, just throwing it out there. Car shows. I'm into car shows. So if you go to car shows, talk to people, that's being around a social group.
Yeah.
You talk to people that you like to talk to and you have fun doing it. Make it a priority. You can't do it every day, but most of these things you can do daily. Okay. So now I say for all the people that are out there that are like, okay, well, what does all this mean? Okay. Just look at what you're doing right now and what you're complaining about, because everybody's complaining about something. It's like, wait a minute, am I getting enough nutrition? I could be just hungry. I could be hangry. Am I getting enough physical activity? Did I do a walk today? Did I do a push-ups today? Get my anger out into boxing or something like that. Do some boxing. Physical activity. Sleep. How much have I slept in the last week? Did I get proper sleep? Do I not sleep well? That we'll get into that with the patches, okay? And the meditation. Did I go outside? Did I get sun? You can just track what you're doing, and if you can get these things right, you'd be surprised how easy life can become if you get those 5 pillars. I call it the 5 pillars of health.
Yeah, and it seems so simple, but yet it really kind of fucking isn't for most people because, well, we are lazy, but we're not. I mean, we want to do all these great things to be better and be healthy, but life's difficult and hard, and we have kids, jobs, and we got social media that we got to keep up with, and all that other distractions, if you will, make it hard for people to focus on themselves and getting healthy and being a better version of themselves. So it really is important to take 5 to 10 minutes out of sort of those key things, whether it's like thinking about the proper food, just hanging out with somebody and having a nice conversation, or taking that 10 minutes for meditation instead of doom scrolling on TikTok.
That's right.
They can all help, right, bro?
They can all help. And you got to just find out, like, stop yourself, especially when you're stressed. Stop yourself. Why am I stressed? Have I done any of this stuff? Oh man, maybe that's what it is. I'm going to get back to it. And you just track, you can just put those 5 numbers on a piece of paper every day. Did I do that? Did I do this? Oh, okay. Yeah. And keeps it. I'm not a complicated person. I like to keep it simple. I don't go to the gym for 2 hours. I don't, I try to supplement a little bit, but I don't go into like, creatine and protein and shakes and all that. No, I just wanted, those are 5 things that I did not come up with it. This is from neuroscience. I've talked to doctors, yes I have. And I've read a lot of stuff on what the body needs, and they've brought it down to these 5 things. So it's not coming from me. This is science.
Yeah, and a lot of it is just common sense. We know that, we're going to be goddamn miserable if we only get 4 or 5 hours of sleep in a night.
Absolutely.
Or if you go to bed one night and you toss and turn, you got a big day the next day, you're going to be kind of tired and irritable and feel like shit, right?
Yeah.
And then if you had, say, McDonald's or a big old pizza and a tub of ice cream the night before, and then you didn't sleep well, and then you're fucking miserable the next day and you're irritable with everybody, well, guess what?
Yeah.
Think back to what you sort of did yesterday and what you put in your body and whether you exercised and everything that sort of went with it. Right.
That's right. Yeah. It has an effect on you. Yeah, it does have an effect on you. What you put in your body does have an effect on you. Yeah. When I was training in track and field, I remember when I signed that form that says I'm in track and field now, they could show up at my door at any moment because I have to watch what I put in my body.
Yeah.
If I put something that's not on the list, I could be banned. I could be whatever. So I'm kind of getting back to that because I was very, very, I was very careful about what I put in my body, but I got away from it. Now I understand. You gotta be up on it. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm not going to eat this, but you got to be aware that you're eating this and what it could do for you.
For sure. Yeah. Hey, let's talk about this for a minute because you are into this, the Super Patch company. It's called. There's brands there that I showed, and we'll sort of delve into it a lot more. Explain what this Super Patch company is and what they're all about and what the benefits are for all of them.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. So what happened with me was I was introduced to this through a friend who he said to me, can I give you a balance test? I said, what's that? He says, I just want to show you how good your balance is. And he put me through some tests, just 2 or 3. I think I did it with you, Greg. And
we did it this afternoon in my lobby.
Yeah. I just wanted to show you what it was all about. And I was, this gentleman that showed it to me, he was in his 70s, and he gave me the lateral test, and then he gave me a dynamic test, and he basically got me off balance quite easily. And I was like, man, what's going on? He said, put this patch on. It's like a Band-Aid. You can put it anywhere on your skin. He put it on my arm, and we did the test again, and I was in shock. I was absolutely shocked. I stood my ground. He was doing the same test, and then he tried to push me over, and he couldn't do it. I said, what the heck did you just do? And he says, this is a new technology that is not new. It was invented by a Canadian out of Toronto called Jay Dollywall. And he went through 15 years and $25 million of his own money to develop these patches. And the best way I can explain it is the technology in the Super Patch. It's called a Super Patch. It's uniquely arranged ridges. It looks like a QR code that you're putting on your skin.
Yeah.
And these ridges touch our skin, and our cells transmit signals that interact with our body's nervous system. So to keep it real quick, our skin is talking to our brain when we feel these patches. And he developed it. He patented it. No one else can take it. Big Pharma tried to come in and take it from him. And he says, nope.
Of course they did.
I'm putting it in for the people to decide what to do with it. You're not going to put this on the shelf. He actually told me, because I met him in February. He said that he had to go through so many hoops to get this out to market because he said you could actually weaponize this. So he had to make sure that no one's going to take this into in a different direction. He wanted it to go in a positive direction.
Right.
So these patches, I took one home. He gave me a freedom patch, is the red one. I took the freedom patch, and I've always had bad knees, Greg. So I took this patch and I put it on one of my knees. And I said, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Hey, whatever. I put it on my knee, and I kid you not, swear on my father's life, my mother's life, I should say, my father's life. It took the pain away in a minute.
Wow.
And I was like, what is happening? This is impossible. I called him up right away. He's like, what is this? My knees, I can move it again. He says, this patch is talking to your brain to manage the pain that's in your knee. And it's not going to work the same way for everybody, but there's no drugs in it. It is completely what they call it is what is it? I forgot what I was going to say. It's drug free, right? And yet it works. It is teaching your body how to go back to what they call a homeostasis. It brings the body back to performing and working properly. So I jumped on board right away. It aligns with the 5 pillars for me, especially for sleep. Anybody that has any issues with sleep should use what they call the REM patch. If you put it on, probably in about 15-20 minutes for most people, you go to sleep and you are sleeping.
Wow.
Completely. Some people, there's lots of testimonies of people that could never dream because they were never fully asleep during the night, all of a sudden had vivid dreams because this is bringing them back. So can't tell you how much it's helped me. I work with it every day. I also work with athletes, and there's something for balance and mobility. Right. There's one for energy. There's one for focus. Of course, there's a lot of kids out there and adults that have ADHD. So my son uses this one. It's for focus. They don't even feel it. They just put it on, and I've used it, and I can't believe I'm just doing work, doing this, doing that, and I'm like, oh, I'm pretty productive today. And then I realize I'm wearing the focus patch. So it's a technology that is developed in Canada. It's going worldwide. It's in Europe, South America, Australia, a whole bunch of places. You can just go to the website. It's all on my Instagram, that if you want to take a look at that. So
yeah, which is at TNT Life Co.
Yeah.
And then it's the Super Patch Company.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible stuff. So the technology, I mean, I'm wearing one right now. It's the first one. I've got a whole bunch. I'm excited to try the sleep one, even though my sleep has become night and day better since I quit drinking. Like I can't even believe the difference. It's wonderful to get like 5, 6, almost 7 hours in a row of sleep most nights. So
that's good.
I'm excited to check out the REM one, to see
REM patch. And I didn't ask you if you had any pain or anything like that, but if you have even headache pain or neck pain or back pain, try the Freedom Patch.
I'm definitely going to try that one. I've got some lower back pain, sort of sciatica that comes and goes, which I believe is fully related to stress, as well. So, any sort of thing that can help people, whether it comes in a pill form or a patch or I don't care if it's a stick of gum or a pill.
Sure.
If you think it's going to help you feel better and it works and you do feel better, then so be it, right?
Then so be it. Just use it.
Yeah.
I got into that question of that conversation with you today with my mom. My mom's 83 now, and she suffers from vertigo sometimes. And she's the most stubborn person I know. She knows. She's just like, "What are you giving me now?" I was like, "No, I just want you to try it out. I just wanted to try it out," because she went to the hospital and she was scared. I could tell she was scared of standing up. And these patches help with balance. there's a patch called Liberty, and it's called, and it just, she didn't want to put it on, but when she did, I called her the next day. I said, Mom, how do you feel about that patch? She goes, do you have another one?
Terrence, boy, you give me another one of them patches right now. You get over here.
Terrence, I want
Hurry
another
up.
one, please. Just give me another one. I was like, fine, just
Turn
take
your mom
it.
into a patch addict, bro.
That was enough for me. She was happy with it. It was working. That was the greatest day of my life. I was like, okay, he's
Perfect.
he's not lying. So
Yeah.
I'm
I'm excited to sort of see how they work personally myself.
Sure.
I'm excited for everything you're doing and
Thanks,
on the
man.
wellness and health path you're on, and the 5 pillars are super key for sure.
Yeah.
And then I highly recommend that people do try out these patches because, I mean, why not? If the technology's there and it's this sort of new thing, and we all love new fads and new things like Ozempic, everybody, I don't know. Well, I shouldn't say that. But there are a lot of people out there that are
Sure.
you know, taking the easy route out and taking Ozempic now to lose weight and all this stuff. So if we can whack a patch on us and sleep better, it takes pain away. It'll make you feel, you know, vitalized and revitalized and all this stuff. Well, fuck, why not, right?
It's called disruptive technology. When he brought this out, it's kind of like when the iPhone came out. That was disruptive. When the internet started, that was disruptive.
Yeah.
This is revolutionizing health and wellness and how people think about it, because it's using your own body's power to come back to homeostasis and to feel better. Our bodies are amazing things, and we just don't know what they can do unless we, you know, find out. And so, I talked with the owner and I got enough information and if you need any information on this, superpatch.com, you can go to that website. You can go through my Instagram at tntlifecompany.com.
Awesome. Terry, this has been a blast to catch up with you, talk health and wellness.
Thanks,
Listen,
Ben.
I'm all about people getting better and being better because, you know, it's no secret. If you look out in society these days, and it has been this way for quite a while now, and I was part of that society for a while because, you know, we all go through trials and tribulations in life. And there was a good part of my life where I was in great shape, you know, in before, after, and during marriage. And then there was a lot of times where, you know, I was a complete fat slob and didn't give a fuck about anything. And I think society and a huge majority of it is in that state of, I don't give a fuck anymore.
See?
You know, what they look like, what they feel like and stuff, but they kind of do when they wake up every single morning. Oh, I'm so tired. I can't get through the day.
You don't want to change your life.
Life sucks.
If it can come down to not, like, some people have a hard time changing their lifestyle, I completely understand. I'm not telling people to change their lifestyle. I'm telling them to give yourself a report card every day.
Well, I am. They should change their
But
lifestyle.
you did, and you're one of my inspirations because I saw what you were doing, and I was cheering you from where I am,
man.
and you were like doing amazing things. So thank you for bringing me on, man. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, listen, because it's not an easy journey. Lest anybody think, you know, you can pop on a patch or take Ozempic and life's going to be grand. It's not going to be grand, and it doesn't make your life easier.
Yeah.
Will it make it easier in some aspects? Yes, maybe. Yeah. But it's ultimately what it comes down to is you, and me putting in the work daily to be better. Whether that means more sleep, whether that means watching less TikTok and Netflix and getting more sleep, whether it means putting less ice cream and pizza in our body and more fruits and vegetables or meat or whatever your thing is, you know, to all those things that take us away from the poison and the devilish life that we are all been and are accustomed to.
That's right. And sometimes it helps if you have to do it for someone else, like if you have kids or something like that and you want to be around when they graduate or when they get married or stuff like that. You know what? Tell your kids and tell the people around you, I'm doing something for myself today. I'm doing my push-ups. I'm doing my walk. It's important to me. Yeah. And once the people understand it's important to you, they'll step aside and they won't, you know, they'll either stick with you and cheer you on or get out of the way. So
And that's the way it should be. Listen, a real pleasure to have you on the show, pal. I appreciate you taking the time to talk about all this. You can find all the information you want for the super patches, the 5 pillars and more at TNT Life Co. on Instagram and the superpatches.com. Terrence, you're a beauty. Thanks for doing
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me on.
All right.
Bonzi,
I look forward to
talk
chatting
soon.
with you again soon.
All right, then.
Take care, pal.
Take care.
Terrence Trotman, everybody. What a beauty. That was awesome. And listen, I really believe, like, you got Ozempic out there now making people skinny, still making them fucking lazy and shit. But listen, I think these patches are an amazing thing. I'm looking forward to trying all of them. We'll see how this one makes out tomorrow. But, you know, again, it could be a placebo thing. Whether it works or it doesn't in the grand scheme of things in life, if you think it's working and then it works, great. If it doesn't, well, fuck it. On to the next thing, right? Whatever it does to make you feel better, do better, and be better. But just work your hardest and try and be the best version of you that you can be, because you only get one shot at this life. And, well, it's way easier being in less pain, waking up feeling less shitty every day, and feeling the best version you can be of yourself. And I'm living testimony and proof of that. All right, next. NHL playoffs are officially over. That's a wrap, baby. Unfortunately, because I love hockey. I love watching hockey, but the Florida Panthers, fuck, they done did it. I'm not a fan. I especially when they got Marchand. Like, that was just, I hated that Tkachuk guy. Love to hate him, because you would love to have him on your team, because the guy's a warrior, but he's a goddamn menace and a pain in the ass to play against. And he's sitting there chewing on his goddamn mouth guard every single minute of every single part of that game. And then they pick up friggin' Rat Boy, and, well, they went on to win the Stanley Cup, beat the Edmonton Maple Leafs by the Edmonton Oilers by in 6, which it took 6. And I'm not surprised. I thought we could go again 7 like it did last year, but the Oilers just didn't have it in them in this year. And listen, the Florida Panthers, goddamn great team, great goalie in Bobrovsky, great coach in what's his name? Just right in the tip of my tongue. Coach Winnipeg, Coach Carolina. Fuck. Anyways, it'll come back to me. Paul Maurice, thank you. Sometimes your brain works in weird ways, doesn't it? Anyways, amazing series. The first 2 or 3 games of that series were unbelievable. I think it was the first 2 went into overtime in Edmonton, split series. Then game 3, if memory serves me correct, was in Florida, and it was a dirt whip, and Edmonton got their ass whipped. But then game 4 was amazing. Edmonton comes back and wins. It was just, and then game 5 and 6, not so great for Edmonton, and Florida takes it. But listen, I would, so many questions. What goes on in Florida? Because you got Marchand, unrestricted free agent. You got Sam Bennett, Stanley Cup playoff, player of the whole thing, Conn Smythe winner, unrestricted free agent. And both of those bros are rumored to come to Toronto. We'll take you on my team. Thank you very much. I never, ever, ever in my wildest dreams until today, when I sat down and had a smart conversation with myself, they happen from time to time. I thought, I have hated this Marchand rat fucking Finkel face forever. But I hated playing against him because he was good. And he's a mouthpiece. And he's a pain in your ass. So what if you join the Toronto Maple Leafs? Maybe bring that Rat Boy curse to Toronto, and maybe it's not such a curse anymore. Maybe you can win us the Stanley Cup. Maybe bring Sam Bennett with you too. Steal a couple of the Florida boys. Come on up to Toronto. I wouldn't wish it upon anybody to come and deal with our media and our fans. but I hope you come up and play for our team and help us win a Stanley Cup that we've so well deserved since 1967. Gripes. Because I'm sick and tired of listening to Montreal Canadiens fans sit here and brag about all their fucking Stanley Cups. And we were the last team to win in 1993. Big fucking deal. Okay? When's the last time? It doesn't matter anymore. It's history. Nobody cares about your teams, Montreal, okay? But we all care about the Toronto Maple Leafs not making it every year because, well, we don't make it, but we make it, and we do good, and we do better than a lot of teams that would like to be in the Toronto Maple Leafs shoes and Edmonton Oilers shoes, subsequently, who made it to the Stanley Cup playoffs finals back-to-back years, but still lost. So the whole grand scheme of things, do you want to waste all your time and effort and money and stuff and whatever it is to get to the Stanley Cup playoffs and lose twice and back-to-back and look like idiots? Or would you rather be the Toronto Maple Leafs and their fans and team and make it to the playoffs? Great win right there. Then you play a couple rounds, make some extra dough, get your fans all excited for a little bit at the start of spring, and then off you go early to the golf course. Listen, I can laugh about it because it's just what it's bred to me. It's all I know from as being a Toronto Maple Leafs fan all these years. Anyway, enough of the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's over. Goodbye, God bless. We'll see you next year. The Toronto Maple Leafs. It's our year next year, right? I think that's what I'm supposed to say as a Toronto Maple Leaf fan. So we'll see what happens with the offseason. Congrats to the Florida Panthers. Go have your fun time with the Stanley Cup and fuck you, Marchand, and maybe I hope you join our team. I'm still on the fence, but I think I would like to have him on my team, but I'm not really sure. And if I were McJesus, you know what? I'd cancel my contract with the Edmonton Oilers and probably come and jump aboard the Toronto Maple Leafs team too, because, well, why not? You ain't winning in Edmonton. You tried. Twice you got there. Twice. We haven't even made it all the way yet, so we got a better chance of making it further than the Edmonton Oilers moving forward in the future, I think. So McJesus should come to the Maple Leafs along with Marchand and along with Sam Bennett, and goodbye Marner, because he's already gone. He's already not even talking to the team or the media or anybody. He's like, fucking, see you later. Goodbye, God bless you, fucking Maple Leaf maniacs. And he's going to the West Coast by the sounds of it, whether it's could be LA, could be Vegas. I'm hearing big rumors of, but anyways, he's gone. So we're going to have some dough. We're going to have some money. I don't know if we can sign all three of those aforementioned players that I would like to have, but if we get 2 out of 3, maybe the Leafs win the cup next year. That's why they play the season. That's why they play the games. That's why they play the playoffs. We'll see. All right. Boom. Oh, I can't believe we're 57 minutes into the show. A bit of technical difficulties to start, but it was only a few minutes. I guess we got rambling a lot with Terry about the whole health and wellness thing. But listen, I think it's important shit to stay on top of things, especially these days when we're all big fucking tubelards and eat whatever we want. And listen, I'm so glad I'm not that guy anymore, but I was for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Malaka, there. Speaking of people on the health and wellness train, my boy Malaka's doing his best to shed the pounds, and he's doing a great job. So thumbs up to that guy. Speaking of fucking Habs fans, I'm trying to get him to the dark side, to the Maple Leafs, but it'll never happen because he's too far gone. You know, and you can't fix stupid. Just kid, bro. You're not stupid. But I'll tell you what's stupid sometimes is accepting 2 days to go on set as a featured background actor. Now, listen, some of these days can be wonderful and awesome and great times and great memories. And then other days, not so much. And I'm not saying these last 2 days on set were anything bad, because they really weren't, other than being absolutely exhausted. These ones were long days on set. First day was 12 hours outside in the pounding sun all day. I know, boo-hoo. Listen, lest you think I'm complaining, I am not. Free money to stand around all day and get filmed and act like a bozo and play pretend for literally, like, out of that 12-hour day, we might have filmed 7-8 minutes. I don't know. So you sit there and play pretend and do the whoa, whatever. You know, but you're on camera and you're having a good time and there's great people around. But at least it wasn't fucking freezing cold like the last so many sets I've been on, leading up to the spring sort of summer shoot. Had a great time. Second day, 14 hours on set outside, completely exhausted from day one. But the good news is the weather was great. It didn't rain. It was hot as balls, but they take great care of you. They got sunscreen on set all day. They got water. Now, mind you, I'm going to get into this now because, listen, this was a bigger shoot, if you will. A lot of background extras, some predominantly, some more background, and then there's some featured ones. And you had all types there, and especially the complainer types. I don't understand. Like, I've been on enough sets now. I've been at this for 3.5 years, and I've been to big movie sets. I've been to small movie sets. I've been to everything in between, TV commercials, TV shows, all of it. Some ginormous sets of background actors where you'll get all kinds. You'll get people that are just loving to be there, so happy and thrilled that they're just there and having fun and getting paid for it. It's free money. You get fed well. You get taken care of. They treat you like gold. Whether you're an A-list celebrity or a fucking schlub on the bottom of the totem pole in the background of the scene, they still treat you awesomely and make sure that you have a great experience. But then you got all these motherfucking players. You know what? Well, the water wasn't that cold. They're giving away water to everybody, and it was like, it wasn't even cold. Did you get water? Are you getting paid? Did somebody bring it to you and like actually offer you water? I know. Pretty special, right? Where the fuck else do you get this sort of treatment, you plug? You are a fucking F-class celebrity at best. Not even. I hate to use the term celebrity because you're not even that. You are a background schlub that nobody cares about other than the fact that you're there to wander around and maybe show up in the camera and goodbye, God bless. Here's your money. Here's your food. Fuck off. No, then you got people complaining. Well, you know what? We don't get enough bathroom breaks. And you know what? Oh my God, like the food wasn't that like it was really good, but it wasn't that hot. I was gonna get a little more carried away and animated on this, but I'm not, because I don't think these people deserve the time and effort that I was going to forthgo and release on these fucking losers, because they simply don't get it. And I've seen all kinds in the 3 years. There's the people that they literally roll up there. They think they are the fucking Brad Pitt or the Selena Gomez's of the show or whatever, you know, like a Nicole Kidman type. I'm here. Yeah, look at me. Nobody fucking cares. Sign the paper, get your instructions, put on the clothes you're told to put on, and show up and do as you're told. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares whether you think the water's too cold. Nobody cares if your food was hot or not hot. Nobody cares if you need to use the bathroom. Take it and use it on the breaks. You know what else? Stop complaining about all the shit that goes on behind the scenes. Oh my God, but like, why does everything take so long? Oh my God, like, why do we have to stand around and wait and do this? And why did this person get there? It's a good thing I really love being there, and I'm very good at focusing out, like not letting those people in my. But a little bit throughout the day, when you're there 12, 14 hours, these fucks can get on your nerves. They really can. But then, you know, you just have to realize that I'm in my own sort of bubble. I'm in my own mindset that thrilled to be here, thrilled to be making a paycheck, thrilled to be in the industry, that I'm only, you know, learning and getting bigger and better for the future of bigger and better roles and learning how everything works. And again, just happy to be there. But it really is amazing, all the nonsense that goes on behind the scenes, and with all these idiots that think they show up and they're going to be the guy. They're the guy. You're not. Complain. Boo-hoo. Nobody cares. Okay, moving on. It was a great day. I had the best time. Listen, and when you're out there and you get to meet beauties like this that are on set and they're just there to have fun, where the hell is this picture? These guys right here. This is what it's all about. These guys show up. They were in character from the second they showed up on set to the second they left. And that's what it's all about in a sense. It's not like being the background guy who's like miserable and wandering around who's like, is it over yet? Do we get to go home yet? You know, when you show up to a set, you are going to be there. It's not a fucking part-time gig. It's not going to be like a 4-hour day. It's not going to be a 6-hour day. It's probably going to be 10, 12, 14 to 16-hour days. It's just the way it is in the industry. These boys showed up in character. They made everybody's day around them better because they were the cholos and they acted like cholos and they had fun. And they were just happy to be there. And that's what it's all about. I really did have the greatest time in the Karate Go set, you know, in the grand scheme of things, minus all the complainers aside. And it was awesome. Andy, you would have loved these dudes straight out of like the Cholo thing. They played their role to a T, such wicked dudes. And yeah, it really, truly was a great day to be on set. The director was great. The assistant director was great. And we all had a great time. This guy absolutely kicks ass. You might know him from the Ginny and whatever that hell that show's called. But all the cast was great, you know, and I had his name written down here and then I lost it. So it stars Jim Belushi is in this. That's Colton Gabbo. This guy, he was in Ginny and whatever that Netflix show is. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, wicked dude. Comes around, hangs with everybody on set, gets chit-chatting with you and stuff. And it really is just fun when those actors like incorporate, you know, everybody into the grand scheme of things and you're all just having fun on set because, like I said, long ass days, but it's worth it. And I got no regrets. I love being in the industry and I'm looking forward to the future for sure. What else? Yeah, yelled at all that shit. It did that. Oh yeah, one more time. Like I announced this last week, and for those who weren't listening or watching or last week, but I'm doing a book. I'm writing a book. 5.5 chapters in. It's called 1 Minute Late. It's a true story of the trauma, addictions, and redemption sort of story of my life that I've been through, starting with the train incident in 2009, watching a kid get hit and killed by a train. That sort of set off and changed the absolute course of my entire life. Like it really did. So that's where the book starts, right hot out of the gates with a massive descriptive story of the breakdown and everything that went on with the train incident and the subsequent events that happened in my life, including a crazy, insane divorce, crazy breakup with a fiance 4 years later. We can laugh about this shit now, but and then moving to Nicaragua and almost dying in Costa Rica and so much more. It's about the addiction, the true life and real stories of shit that I suffered through, and how I've come out the other side. A year and a half now. Huge congratulations to myself. I would like to take a moment to I think it was last Sunday, Father's Day. 1.5 years sober, old Gregory Scott on the steak and eggs and no booze, no alcohol, just weed and mushrooms, baby. And I love it. I mean, just look at the schlobness, the schlub, the schlub on the left, and then look at the machine on the right. My right, your left, maybe. I don't know how it shows up on your screen, but listen, I couldn't be goddamn prouder of this journey that I've been on. And I'm really excited to write this book and sort of detail. And if it helps 1, 2, 5 people in the grand scheme of things above and beyond this stupid podcast, to just show that there is, no matter what you go through in life or what you've been through or what has happened or what's going to happen in the future, you can get through anything that happens to you, anything. And I am a true testament to that. And I'm really excited. Thank you so much, Ashley. I love you so much. Thank you, Andy. Bondo Gump. Listen, but you can really listen, if I can go from this big, fat, ginormous maniac on the right of this picture or left of this picture to that jacked, absolute beast of a human being on the other side, anything's possible. If I could put down the ice cream and the booze, you can too. Do it. I highly recommend it. All right. Speaking of highly recommending, I highly recommend that if you are into the Bitcoin world and you have all your shit on a hard drive and you decide to do some spring cleaning of your office, maybe don't throw out the hard drive and let it end up in a landfill site like this guy did. That is the actual picture of the landfill site that he has tried for the last 12 years to get his hard drive back, find it in the rubble, 649 million euro. So it's like 752,000 or million American, Canadian, whatever you want to call it. It equals 8,000 Bitcoins. That's all I know. It equals a shit ton of money. And well, James Howells, a computer scientist from Wales, accidentally threw out his hard drive that contained said 8,000 Bitcoins. Now, when he threw them out, those 8,000 said Bitcoins were worth maybe a few $100s at best, because this was right at the beginning, but went on to be worth $742 million Canadian. And guess what? He still can't find it. And guess what? To make matters worse, he hasn't really been allowed to look in said landfill site. You think he'd be out there every day digging and searching with his bare hands or shovels or any sort of machinery to find said hard drive? Nope. By the time he realized that it was in that landfill site, it was too late to go digging with his bare hands and shovels. Because guess what? Needle in a haystack. No shit. But what he tried to do for the last 12 years was design AI drones or come up with a different system that he could use technology and robot dogs and whatnot to dig and search through technology and thermal technology to find said hard drive. Red tape galore. Shocking, I know. But he hasn't been allowed to do it, hasn't been allowed to look for it, and he's still not. But he hasn't given up hope that he can still somehow find this stupid tiny little hard drive that you would think by now would just be like disintegrated and mush. But you never know. Like these black box things that blow up on these airplanes and stuff survive. So maybe a hard drive survives too. Should have saved it to the cloud, right, Ash? I know. But in his defense, in James Howell's defense, Ash, there was no iCloud back then. You had to write it down. You had to remember it. You had to, or not lose the fucking hard drive or throw it out by accident. This guy did, and he forever, ever regrets it. Now, that being said, yeah, he's out $600 and $700 million, but bro already has Do-Re-Mi. He was able to fund all this investigation and stuff to try and get technology and whatever to find said Bitcoin that's buried deep in this goddamn rubble. Could you imagine being out there every day with like AI robots or drones flying over or on your hands and knees with buddies, cordoning off sections, looking for said hard drive? Fuck. It's like buying a lottery ticket and losing it, and then the numbers come up. You know how many lottery tickets, not only myself, but people out there have bought and never check? I've lost count. I probably won the lottery at this point and would never know. Fucking tickets in the garbage or in that landfill somewhere or a different one, but you know what I'm saying? Anyways, not all is lost on said Mr. Dummy Bitcoin guy because there's a company now that is going to turn his whole crazy story into a documentary film that's going to pay him a whole bunch of dollars, which is a win-win, I guess. Listen, it's not 700 million, but like I said, he already had dough anyway, so who cares? Anyways, the big message is, listen, if you're going to have a hard drive and you're going to buy Bitcoin and stuff, and especially these days, like my friend Ashley here said, put it on the cloud. Should have saved it to the cloud. Right, Ash? I know. Anyways, is what it is. C'est la vie. C'est dommage. Whatever else, other language I can use. It doesn't sound like Buddy's going to find that fucking hard drive anytime soon. So, sorry about your luck, James. Okay, I think that's it. Other than let's get to some videos. We'll save some stories that I got for the next time. But let's get to some videos before I get out of here because I got some doozies. Including this one. I'm gonna play this again because I'm completely gobsmacked by what I saw at the start of this show and played. And I'm gonna play it again because and we're gonna get more in depth into this next week. And I'm gonna even try and get this lady on because I need to know what the hell's going on here. Ready, watch, and listen.
It's something that I started back when I was training Tantra in Thailand. And it's a ritual we do. We believe there's power in it. There's stem cells in it. There's iron. There's vitality. And so we don't want to lose that. So for the average person, I'd probably say don't do it because people are going to say, oh, it's waste. But no, blood is life, right? And Dr. Group and I had these conversations. It's good that I took a little pause. He actually said during my giving birth and breastfeeding, it's good. But now I'm back on it.
Wow.
I feel great. And the moon blood actually tastes kind of sweet.
You just drink it straight up?
I have my moon cup. I just... back. I'm not even joking.
Like a shot?
It's like a shot.
You're drinking.
All right, Dummies of the week. Here we go. I don't know what the hell's going on here. But, I would hate to be the guy on the top of that ladder. I hate to be the guy in the bottom too, to be quite honest. But it's going to go way worse for the guy on top, buddy on bottom. I don't know. Have a crazy kid for getting tired. Anyways, better them than me. Things hit differently in Oklahoma, especially during thunderstorms. I really don't know what the hell's going on here, but is that the best transportation we could do for the senior citizens of Oklahoma in a goddamn thunder and lightning storm? Holy shit, what did I just witness? Like, okay. Thunder and lightning aside, they shouldn't be out there driving. But why on God's given earth are they in a trailer with no roof or anything in wheelchairs? I don't know. Listen, I don't know answers to some of the questions from the videos that I play. I just am in amazement, as you are. Speaking of amazement, talk about dummies of the week. I don't know who thought this would be a good idea, but it wasn't. Watch. Let's go watch this foam shit out of a can all over the freaking table on said table. No, it's right. It only gets worse. That shit just keeps converting. This morning is absolutely everywhere. Oh, man. That is definitely speaking of dummies, at work, check out these retards. Fellas, pretty sure no matter how much you scrub with that water hose and the brushes, that tar ain't coming off those white cars, boys. Look at him sitting away scrubbing. Like, come on, dude. There's 0.0 chance any of that tar is coming off, but I guess in the grand scheme of things, you got to give him A for effort, right? Shit, that made me laugh. Speaking of making me laugh, Buddy thought he was a hero back in the day and could do back in Yeah, you should have done exactly what you were going to do right there and back out, you fast slob, because guess what? You might have been able to do the backflips back in the day. Not anymore there, Jello tits. Not even close, bro. Holy cripes. I don't think he got 1/8 inch into the rotation. Not at all. Not at all. One more time, because this is just too funny. Look at, Buddy, maybe you should take that shirt off a little more, or maybe a little less, depending on the way you look at it. But that is some Casper white shit skin right there. Holy shit. Maybe try a hat while you're at it. Doesn't matter how many times you spring on those twinkle toes of yours, your fat ass ain't getting around anywhere. I don't even think he made it 1/8 of an inch. Anyways, better luck next time, pant load. I don't know what kind of food or booze Buddy put into his system, but this is one of the greatest, kind of craziest pitches I've ever seen in baseball history. Great number on the pitch, by the way. And listen, that is absolute dedication. Crap. Full wind up, ready to hurl off speeds. That shit was coming out of his mouth at projectile speed. Or even like the bullet never flinched. Good for him. Listen, not all heroes wear cape. My friend here wearing number 16. With that big old belly behind that pitch, chuck some serious heat whilst vomiting profusely. I mean, that is some serious upchuckage right there. Starts there all the way through the pitch. Nice follow through with the spray, and continues to completely projectile vomit long after the pitch is over. What a champion. Speaking of champions, well, listen, folks, AI is here, but listen, lest you think it's absolutely 100%. Not yet. Shit. I played soccer against some dudes that look like this. Few too many pints before they hit the pitch. You know what I'm saying? Listen, AI is coming a long way, but ain't quite there in the soccer yet. Okay, one more before I get out of here. I think this one, but still, reason 8,849 million why I'm still single. Because women are weird and a pain in the ass. Yeah, well, I don't want that one. But I just took it out of your bag, honey. Just like this one. Took it out of your bag, but you just put it in there. No, I don't want that one. Took another one out that she just put in there. Honey, look at this one I got. No, that one's not good enough. I would not be able to do it. I wouldn't. That's all. And Buddy can't believe it either, quite frankly. But I don't know. Very good. But on that note, it's time to get out of here. But listen, let's always end on a good note. I was away this week, got filming 2 days, long days, but I was at a dog sitter overnight, and I got something to watch. He's the best. 17 and a half years old. Having the grandest time of Patty's way. Home and taking back. Shout out to Kelly, dog sitter, who took the most amazing care of my boy Tucker. And sent the amazing videos. Really, really cool pictures too. Forever grateful for people that love dogs. I do that take care of my dog. Especially being that old, and Daddy still having a great old time. Dog lovers out there. Okay, on that note, that's it. Let me take that off. I think that's it. Anything else I want to show? No, I think that's it. We'll get to it next time. Toodaloo. Have a great night. That's all I got. Massive thank you to Terrence Trotman for coming on to talk health and wellness. So great catching up with that guy. Make sure you go check him out at TNT Life Co. on the Instagram and at the superpatches.com to check out that website. Get yourself some patches. You never know. You might be feeling like $1 million in the next few days. If you're in pain, take a patch. You need some sleep, take a patch. Why not? Better than pumping Ozempic poison into your goddamn ass as far as I'm concerned. Pop on a patch and off you go. All right? Off you go. Hope you enjoyed this week. Hope you have an amazing rest of the week. Finish it off strong. The weekend's almost here, baby. I'm on vacation as of now. Toodaloo, off to Pittsburgh. Can't wait to be a Yinzer for 4 days, play some golf, watch some baseball, and have the time of my life, okay? Because that's what it's all about. You hang in there. Have a great weekend. Finish the week strong, like I said. Don't trip. You're fine. We'll get through this shit together, all right? You're awesome. I'm awesome, too. And so is Terry. All right? I love my guests. And I love you and you and you and you, too. Toodaloo. Gotta go. Bye.
What was that?
That was very strange.
It was very weird.
Peculiar.
It was kind of amusing.
Yes, it was rather funny.
It was incredibly funny.
I loved it.
Hilarious.
Next to go, I check the line. Who's next to go?
Fonzie Live. Fonzie on YouTube.
Now I'm pretending like I never knew you. Smoke every day like it's good for my health. My mama knows that I'm hard to get through to. My only friend is the ghost in my room. I got a bed that I don't really use. I'm up a fucking night thinking of you. You don't have a single thought of me, do you? Time to move on and get over myself. Now I'm pretending like I never knew you. Smoke every day like it's good for my health. My mama knows that I'm hard to get through to.